Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Rebel Racing Network and the Third Coast Racing Xfinity Series. I'm your commentator tonight, Austin Householder. We are coming to you live from the virtual Darlington Motor Speedway, a 1.3-mile oval located in Darlington, South Carolina, where these drivers will compete for 100 laps. It is a nice, clear evening here in Darlington. 67 degrees out, track temperatures sitting at a nice cool 69 degrees. But even with those cool temperatures, we were speaking with some of the drivers early on here, and these cars are a handful to get around this track. Talking with Dakota Dennis as the practice session went on, he had mentioned that his car is really tight, and he's already had a few run-ins with that outside wall. And we're going to go through the rules for tonight's event. Once again, these drivers are going to be given 4 sets of tires, 80% fuel, and no quick repairs to get this race done. With that 80% fuel, these drivers are right on the verge of being able to make this in one stop, but many are planning to take 2 pit stops to make it to the end of this one on fuel. And currently looking atop our leaderboard for practice, Lee Hamby has set the best lap time. Time of 29.31. Ray Polking still searching for his first win here in the Third Coast Racing Series, sitting in second with a time of 29.36. And we also have the 57 of Joseph Truskowski making his return to the Rebel Racing Network. We have not seen him in the Third Coast Racing Xfinity Series for about a month, but he makes his return tonight, and he is fresh off his suspension from the Nora Arca series. Once again, that 57 had to serve a 1-race suspension in the Nora Arca series for aggressive driving. But he is making his return here tonight, and he will be back on track on Monday as well in the Nora Arca series. They will be at Watkins Glen for 40 laps there. Time is winding down. Only 3 minutes left of practice. Ray Polking just pulled his car onto pit road, trying to get some last-minute adjustments, find some extra speed tonight. Currently looking at the 19 of Dakota Dennis on track. He is currently sitting in 8th out of the 9 cars that will make the show here tonight. A best time of 30.11. He is desperately trying to find some speed. As these drivers finish up their practice sessions, we are going to head down trackside for our opening ceremonies presented by Oorah Flyovers. At this time, please stand as you are able, remove your hats, place your hand over your heart, and veterans render a hand salute as the United States Marine Corps Band performs our national anthem. right, and we are back, folks. Big thank you to Ura Flyovers for those opening ceremonies. Make sure you go check them out on Facebook. Like and follow them over there. If you are a league owner, a driver in a league, or a broadcaster, reach out to them to bring a little something extra to your broadcasts. Practice has just come to an end. Lee Hamby still sitting with the fastest lap, and he just set an even faster one, a time of 29.24. He is looking for another dominant night after just 2 weeks ago he lapped the entire field at Bristol. As these drivers get ready for their qualifying runs, we're going to go ahead and run through our official point standings. In first place in points, we have Adam Evo Boughton with a total of 310 points. Michael Carter, Adam's teammate, sitting in second place with 274 points. Dakota Dennis sitting in third with 261 points. Marcus De La Garza in fourth with 242 points. Ray Polking sitting back there in fifth with 236 points. Christopher Williams in sixth with 220 points. Lee Hamby in seventh with 217 points. Hugh Escobar sitting in eighth with 213 points. Ryan Comba is in ninth with 148 points. And Thomas Adams is running at your top 10 with 112 points. Thomas Adams will not be present tonight. Once again, Thomas Adams not going to make the show here tonight. Currently watch the 19's qualifying run. We're going to see if he can fare better than he did in practice. Go to Dennis. Crosses the line, a time of 30.52. That's not going to get it done for that 29. Adam Boughton, though, has just set the fastest lap with a time of 29.54. We're going to go check in with that 46 of Ray Polking. He was fast in practice. We're going to see if that will carry over to the qualifying run. Not what he needed there as he taps the outside wall. But it does look like that was after his qualifying run has completed. He's sitting on the pole with a time of 29.51. And our other driver to watch tonight, Lee Hamby, currently on track, has not laid down his first lap yet. And Lee Hamby not going to take the pole here. Just 1/100th of a second shy with a time of 29.52. You see Dakota Dennis is still on track trying to get whatever practice he can in before the green flag drops in this one. At 57 of Joseph Truskowski now on track. And that is not what that 57 wanted to see. He gets loose going into turn 3, touches the outside wall. He's going to have to park it. It looks like he did not cross the line yet, so he will get another chance to lay down a lap. Only 1 minute left in qualifying, though. As we see Truskowski continuing to struggle here. If you've paid attention over in the Nora series, he has had some issues with the internet, maybe having some more issues with his hardware tonight, as he just tries to get a lap complete. So Truskowski will have to start from the rear of the field. He did not get a lap completed under qualifying. Also joining him back there will be the 204 of Ryan Kamba and the 72 of Hugh Escobar. We will go through our official starting grid here tonight. Ray Polking in that 46 is going to take the pole here. His outside will be the 47 of Lee Hamby. Adam Boughton in the 94 car will be rolling off third tonight. Marcus De La Garza in the 99 will be starting to his outside in fourth. In fifth, we have the 18 of Michael Carter, who has yet to grid up. Dakota Dennis will be rolling off sixth in the 19 machine. Joseph Truskowski will be rolling off seventh in the 57 after not completing a qualifying lap. Ryan Kamba will be starting in eighth, driving the 204 car. And rounding out your field in ninth will be Hugh Escobar in the 72 machine. Right as they take off on their parade lap. Ray Polking, Lee Hamby, definitely going to be ones to watch here tonight. Ray Polking hungry for that win. Starting from the pole, he does have the opportunity to get out in front of this one early, but you got to be careful with that 47 of Lee Hamby. He is very good no matter what point in the run it is, but he can make those tires last and win the race of attrition. Also like to point out that 99 of Marcus De La Garza rolling off in fourth. We've seen some strong showings out of him, but bad luck continues to rear its ugly head for that 99 car. A series of incidents throughout this season have kept him off of the podium. And the pace truck is off. They're going to come off of turn 4. Ray Polking will lead them to the green flag. See the 94 of Adam Boughton maybe having an issue there on that initial start. Green flag is out. Ray Polking leading them down into turn 1. He's going to get out in front of Lee Hamby early. And they are single file going down the back stretch. Polking leading this one early. Joseph Truskowski's already worked his way by Hugh Escobar. Currently working on that 18 of Michael Carter. We've seen Truskowski do this multiple times. He has to start from the back, but he always seems to find his way up to the front. That 57 will set his sights on that 204 of Ryan Kamba. We go back to the front. Ray Polking opening up the gap by almost half a second between him and Lee Hamby, as Marcus De La Garza had a strong start from the outside, was able to take third away, and it looked like Adam Boughton may have had an issue early on that initial start. That opened up the door for Marcus De La Garza, but do not count Adam Boughton out. He has had a dominant season thus far and always seems to find his way up at the front towards the end of his races. You see Marcus De La Garza starting to close in with that 47 and checking back in with that 57 of Joseph Truskowski. He has worked his way by Ryan Comba and currently going around Dakota Dennis. Dakota Dennis and Truskowski have raced together many times before in the ARCA series. Truskowski is on the move, already up 2 positions tonight. Move back to the front of the pack. Marcus De La Garza finding some speed. He is able to hang with Lee Hamby in that 47 car. We're going to see what these cars do as the tires begin to wear here. De La Garza about to get a mirror full of Adam Boughton. Adam Boughton qualified in that 3rd position, and he wants it back. And as I say that, Adam Boughton's going to back off, but Marcus De La Garza going to close that gap up a little bit with Lee Hamby. All right, and it appears that Joseph Truskowski may have had an issue here. He falls back to 8th and now being shown a lap down. Go back, try and see what happened with that 57 car. We're not seeing him on the track. We think that 57 may have had another internet issue. Saw him gone, now a lap down. Currently not being shown on track. It's Lee Hamby trying to open up that gap on Marcus De La Garza. Hamby has the speed on the front stretch. De La Garza, though, very quick through the corners, able to close that gap a little bit. He's got a really good drive into the corners there. They continue to run single file, but Ray is starting to open up that gap. Now almost a second between him and Lee Hamby. Hamby was one we were going to keep our eyes on. He is very good at these shorter tracks, but Ray Holking using that clean air to his advantage as we have completed 10 laps of the 100 scheduled for tonight. Tonight's pit window is going to be from somewhere between lap 40 and 50, depending on how much these drivers can save. See De La Garza once again closing that gap with Lee Hamby. Looks like Hamby might have worn his tires off there. De La Garza getting ever so closer in those turns. It's only a matter of time before that 99 is able to get a nose under that 47 through the corner. I do think, though, that top line is going to be just a little bit faster here tonight. So it will be tough for that 99 to compete with the 47, especially once they come off the corner and go down the straightaways. It looks like Joseph Truskowski has been able to get his internet back, and has rejoined the track now. As he comes off pit road. See, De La Garza starting to peek under that 47 to Lee Hamby there. That speed not there. De La Garza able to get the run into the corner, but not able to find the speed off to hang with Lee Hamby. He's going to have to do something to get Hamby off that line. We're going to take a look at the lap map, or track map here. Looking at first place and lap in 8th place. This lap traffic could play a factor into this one. You saw Adam Boughton going by that 99 of Marcus De La Garza there. They're about halfway around the track to that lap traffic, or would-be lap traffic, Hugh Escobar. But if we do not get a caution, it should not take them long to catch up to that 72 of Hugh Escobar. Saw another little bobble out of the 99 there. He appears to have used up his tires and is struggling here. Going back to the leader, though. Ray Polking. Only about an 1/8 of a second interval between him and Lee Hamby. Hamby's starting to close with Polking a little bit. Now see the 18 of Michael Carter has made his way by Dakota Dennis as well now. There's that pass. Michael Carter working that bottom line, and we saw Dakota Dennis getting into the outside wall there. Now 22 laps gone in this one. US bringing up the rear of the field. He is off the pace here tonight. Check back in with leaders. Lee Hamby now closing with Ray Polking, but that tap to the outside wall, not what that 47 needs. The interval now down to only 0.3 of a second between the two. It looks like we will have a battle for the lead shaping up here. Once again, taking a look at the map, now only a straightaway separating the 46 from the 72. Lee Hamby's closing that gap down now to just a 1/10 of a second. And Hamby is there. He gets to the inside of Ray Polkin. They are side by side going through turns 1 and 2. Lee Hamby going to get by Ray Polkin. Now Adam Boughton knocking on the door as well. Boughton's looking low going into 3 and 4. Boughton not quite able to get it done there. Looks like Ray Polkin just closed the gap with Lee Hamby a little bit. Lee Hamby slid up the track going through that corner. He's going to find that speed again, but Lee Hamby cannot make a mistake here, especially closing in with that lap traffic. All this was going on, Michael Carter has now made his way up to P4. We see him going by Marcos de la Garza here. De La Garza may have had an issue there. We saw it slow on the inside. Looks like he may have gotten loose there coming off the corner, and that's what opened up the door for Michael Carter. Hamby in the outside wall now. Hamby's had a couple of run-ins with that outside wall here tonight. We see him starting to take a lower line through the corners. He's got to stay mistake-free here if he wants to hang on to that first place position. As Adam Boughton now getting to the inside of Ray Polkin yet again. Not going to be there when they enter the corner, though. Boughton going to get Polkin there. Now 30 laps in the books. Green flag pit stops are approaching. We're going to get to see the strategy of whether they are going to try and stretch this out on fuel, make it on only one stop, or if we're going to see some 2 pit stop races here. Just before pit stops, we are going to take you to a quick commercial break.
Do you love Orlando's theme parks, but the long lines have you losing the magic? Introducing Ride Waits, the Apple Watch app designed to help you skip the stress and ride more, with real-time wait times and park info right on your wrist. Whether you're exploring Walt Disney World, adventuring through Universal Orlando, or taking it all in at SeaWorld, Ride Waits helps you navigate smarter and get the most out of your visit. No more wandering, no more guessing, just more riding. And it's not just wait times. Ride Waits also offers tips on the best times to ride, general park info, and helpful alerts so you never miss out on your favorite attraction. Whether you're planning ahead or making game day decisions in the park, Ride Waits keeps everything you need at a quick glance away. Ride Waits, your wrist-side guide to the best parks in Orlando. Available now on the Apple Watch store.
Not affiliated with or endorsed by any theme park brand.
All right, and we are back checking in with the 19 of Dakota Dennis, currently running 6th. He seems to have found a little bit of speed. He was dead last in practice, but has been able to hang on to that 6th position from the initial start. And we were just talking about the pit strategies. Dakota Dennis, we've seen him struggle with his pit strategy and specifically with saving fuel early on in this series, and I believe he had another issue in the ARCA series as well. He is one I would expect to see to try and make this race work on 2 pit stops. But if this race continues in the fashion it has, they're going to have to be green flag pit stops. 34 laps. No yellow flags here tonight. Move back up to the front of the pack. Lee Hamby has opened up his gap over Adam Boughton in second place to a second. Adam Boughton, once he got by Ray Polking on the inside, has stretched out the gap between him and the 46 now to a second and a half as these cars start to get spread out. But Lee Hamby coming up on the lap traffic of Hugh Escobar. This might be Adam Boughton's chance. Try and close that ground with Lee Hamby and make a run for the lead. See Hugh Escobar kind of running the middle of the track through the corner. That could make it very difficult for that 47 to get by him. That 47 going to have to pick the right time to make his move on the 72. Hugh Escobar now going to go low, let the 47 on by. That did buy Adam Boughton some time. He's able to close that gap by about half a second. So he gets by Hugh Escobar, no problems. And further back, Ray Polking continuing to drop now 2.5 seconds in between him and Adam Boughton. Seeing an issue with Ryan Comba, it appears. Hugh Escobar was able to get by Ryan Comba before he fell a lap down. We're going to go back, take a look, see what happened here. Comba just dropped down to the inside and let him on by. Ryan Comba bringing that car down pit road early on here. Only 40 laps done in this one. It's going to be a 2 pit stop race for him. Going back up to the front of the pack. Adam Boughton now has closed that gap with Lee Hamby. Only a second, or I'm sorry, 0.3 of a second between them. Analyze their last lap times. Adam Boughton has been quicker. 4 out of the 5 laps shown. And this is where pit strategy can come into play. Boughton has been known to try and stretch out his pit window, save the fuel to only make it on 1 pit stop. So it'll be interesting to see if these guys run a little bit of different pit strategy. But right now, if I'm Adam Boughton, seeing how I close that gap, and that lap traffic can be a factor in this one. If that 47 goes to pit road, if I'm Adam Boughton, I am going to. See Adam Boughton losing some ground to Lee Hamby there, and looks like we had an issue with the 204 of Ryan Comba, involved in an incident where he had to jump to the pits right after. Let's go back and take a look, see what happened here. 204 getting loose, smacking that inside wall. And it does look like he has blown his engine once again. No quick repairs here tonight. Ryan Comba's night is done. Marcus De La Garza has now made his way down pit road. 4 tires and gas for him. Hugh Escobar also on pit road. 5 cars left to pit. We are now 44 laps into this one. Hamby now opening that gap back up. So I take back what I said about Adam Boughton maybe wanting to pit whenever Lee Hamby pits. If I'm out in Boughton, I would probably try and pit here a little bit earlier than Lee Hamby and use the fresh tires to try and make up some ground. Looking at these lap times, they have fallen off about 2 seconds. Now 47 laps into this one. Is Lee Hamby going by Dakota Dennis here? Adam Boughton also trying to work his way around Dennis. Hugh Escobar showing some speed now on those fresh tires. Easy work of Adam Boughton. And one thing we've learned about Dakota Dennis here on the Rebel Racing Network, no matter where he goes, he always runs an interesting line that makes it very hard to predict where he's going to be and where the best move to pass him is. See Adam Boughton still struggling to get by that 19 car. All while this is happening, Lee Hamby opening up that gap. You see Michael Carter is now on pit road. 4 cars left to pit. Lee Hamby, Adam Boughton, Ray Polking, and Dakota Dennis have opted to try and make this on only one pit stop, but it looks like Lee Hamby going to come down here. He's stretched out as far as he can. So Adam Boughton and Ray Polking going to stay out. Boughton known for trying to stretch out this pit strategy as long as he, or these pit windows as long as he possibly can. And he has been good at it. I do believe it was Bristol. He made it the entire race without a single pit stop. And we were worried about guys having to pit twice there. So he will come down a lap after. Dakota Dennis is also going to come with them. See Lee Hamby back out on track. I don't know if he's going to be able to get around the track in time to put Adam Boughton a lap down or even get his position back. And now you have the question, though. Can Lee Hamby stretch out that second run long enough to take the checkered flag? So Boughton and Polking, as well as Dakota Dennis, all pulling back out on track. Lee Hamby will get the lead back here. He has opened up that gap. 8 seconds, soon to be 9 by the time Adam Boughton gets this car back up to speed. So no pressure out the back for that 47 of Lee Hamby. Look at everyone's pit stop strategy. Everyone opting to come in between lap 48 and 50, except, I'm sorry, 51, except for that 72 of Hugh Escobar. Adam Boughton was given the black flag. That is a costly penalty for that 94 car. We were questioning his pit exit. He did appear to get those top tires over the line and enter the racing surface. So going back to look at it here. Those top tires cross the yellow line. He's going to get flagged for an unsafe pit exit. A costly mistake for that 94 car. So currently 56 laps of the scheduled 100. Our leader is Lee Hamby. Only 2 lead changes in this one. So Ray Polkin will now move to second. Currently 8 seconds behind Lee Hamby. Michael Carter moves up to third. Dakota Dennis will retain fourth. Adam Boughton now back to 5th as he is back on track after serving his black flag. He gets ready to pressure that 19 of Dakota Dennis. Watching that 46 of Ray Polking, he has closed the gap. That gap now only 6 seconds between him and Lee Hamby. Lee Hamby may be just short on fuel here. Maybe trying to save a little bit. Once again, Ray Polking pitted on lap 51, so he's got an extra lap of fuel compared to Lee Hamby. May be able to push it a little bit harder here. As that gap continues to close. Adam Boughton has worked his way by Dakota Dennis. Checking back in with that 99 of Marcus De La Garza, now currently 16 laps down. It appears that 99's bad luck has continued here tonight. At Darlington. See if we can figure out what happened to that 99 of Marcus De La Garza. Looks like he might have some right side damage to that car. We saw him limping it down pit road. See a little wobble out of him as he goes down the front stretch. There it is, a hard smack of the wall, and he brings it right down pit road. That happened back on lap 39. Maybe some major tire damage to that 99 machine. Checking back in with that leader. Still a major gap between him and second place Ray Polking, but Polking now down to within 4 seconds of Lee Hamby. Polking is charging hard here. We're going to step aside for another quick commercial break.
From the track to the tech, Creative Castle keeps your code running as clean as your laps. We test real-world devices and digital platforms so your next release won't crash in turn one. At Creative Castle, we elevate your software with expert quality assurance and cross-platform testing. Whether it's native apps or networked hardware, we deliver precision-tested performance at scale. Behind every smooth app and smart device is a quiet castle. Creative Castle. We're the quality wizards and test knights who battle bugs and break bad code before it breaks your product. Creative Castle. Quality at full throttle. Your quest for quality ends here. At FedUps, we don't care how it gets there, just that it eventually does. We use cutting-edge technology like guesswork, blind rage, and the occasional coin flip. Need help? Our customer service is standing by to put you on hold. Our drivers are trained professionals in rage quitting, road rage, and minor parkour. Have an issue? Hey, we delivered it, didn't we? At FedUp, we're not happy until you're not happy. Special instructions? I ignored it specifically. Signature required? We'll scribble something. Fragile? Let's test that theory. Customer service? Try screaming into the void. FedUp, we hate your package almost as much as you do.
FedUps is not responsible for damage, late, lost.
All right, and we're back now, folks. All the way, Ray Polking not closing that gap as much with Lee Hamby. Take a look at the last lap time comparisons. Hamby now finding some speed here. Starting to open up that gap back over Ray Polking. It looks like Adam Boughton is getting ready to challenge Ray Polking. Not for position. Adam Boughton just trying to move up here as he goes to the inside of that 46 car. Going to make quick work of him. Ray Polking, though, may have tapped the outside wall there. Lee Hamby going to open up that gap now. 5 seconds over Ray Polking. This is where Hamby starts to shine. These long runs, he is very good. Now 71 laps in the books here. Checking in with Michael Carter. Michael Carter, 29 seconds behind Lee Hamby currently. Getting ready to fall lap down. Ray Polkey now continuing to fall 0.6 of a second behind, or 6 seconds behind Lee Hamby. Michael Carter is closing in with Ray Polking currently, but is still 23 seconds behind him. He gained about a second on Polking the last lap. So it's not out of the question for Michael Carter to be able to catch Ray Polking and challenge him for second place if he can keep this pace up. But they are currently running about the same lap times. Although we may have a challenge between teammates Michael Carter and Adam Boughton for that last podium position. Adam Boughton is a lap down, currently 4 seconds behind Carter. If you take a look at the track map, that 47 is on the 18's tail. Right along with that 47. Closes in with Michael Carter now, only 25 laps to go. Correction, 24 laps now. As Lee Hamby will cross the line. Look at Ray Polkey. He has just worked his way by that 72 of Hugh Escobar. Gonna go right back to the front of the pack. That 47 of Lee Hamby. If he gets alongside Michael Carter, I do believe, is on fresher tires than Lee Hamby. Even if just a lap or two, that could slow Carter up and allow Adam Boughton to close that gap even more. Adam Boughton now only 3 seconds between him and Michael Carter. It looks like we will have a battle for this last podium position. Lee Hamby in that 47 car is going to make this interesting and help Boughton close the gap. Only 2 seconds between Carter and Boughton. Now only 19 to go. Lee Hamby firmly in control of this one. He's continued to open up his gap over Ray Polking. Has gotten that gap extended out now to 9 seconds. Looks like the 72 of Hugh Escobar has had another issue. He has been on and off the pit lane. Now currently sitting multiple laps down. Over 2 minutes between him and Lee Hamby. Looks like that 19 of Dakota Dennis will solidify another top 5 finish here in the Third Coast Racing Xfinity Series. Continues to gain ground on Michael Carter. Not quite at the rate. I do believe Lee Hamby may be in fuel saving mode now. Checking back in with our second place runner, Ray Polkin, in that 46. He has fallen off here. He used those tires up early, continuing to lose ground on Lee Hamby. Michael Carter still 20 seconds behind him, behind Ray Polking. Looks like Polking is locked down. Another second place finish here. Unless we get something crazy happen and a caution comes out, which the way these guys are spread out, I do not see that happening. It looks like Adam Boughton going to pass Michael Carter for P3. That may have been a major mistake out of the 18. And it appears that Michael Carter went low to allow Lee Hamby to go on by and inadvertently given up the position to Adam Boughton as well. We analyzed the last lap times between Adam Boughton and Michael Carter. He closed fast there. Look, not a huge difference in lap times between these two. Other than those 2 laps where Lee Hamby was working on Michael Carter. Be interesting to see in the post-race interview. Maybe that was teammates working together for the points race. Once again, Adam Boughton is your points leader. Now down to 11 laps to go. Boughton firmly in control of this one as they come down to 10 to go. We're going to step away for one more quick commercial break.
It's It's race day on iRacing. The grid is set. Engines are rumbling. The chat is buzzing. The anticipation is building. But before the green flag waves, you need a moment that gets hearts racing. Hoorah Flyovers delivers cinematic, custom airplane flyovers for your iRacing or esports event, bringing real-world energy to your virtual track. Add a patriotic punch to your pre-race show, whether you're hosting a league championship, a memorial race, or just want to hype the crowd. Hoorah brings the thunder. Fully customizable, easy to book, stream ready, guaranteed to get your drivers and fans fired up. Because when the jets fly, everyone pays attention. Stand tall, fly loud, race proud. Hoorah! Visit Hoorah Flyovers on Discord or Facebook and bring the flyover experience to iRacing like never before. Welcome to Rebel Racing Network, the premier destination for professional iRacing esports broadcasting. We bring the virtual track to life with high-energy race commentary that captures every pass, every pit stop, every photo finish. Our team of expert broadcasters delivers real-time analysis, strategy breakdowns, and the excitement of wheel-to-wheel racing. And before the green flag drops, we set the stage with our signature pre-race flyovers, showcasing each circuit with stunning cinematic visuals that make you feel like you're there in real life. Whether you're chasing a championship or cheering on your favorite team, Rebel Racing Network covers every story, every series, and every unforgettable moment. From grassroots leagues to top-tier championships, we bring passion, precision, and performance to every broadcast. Subscribe now, watch live, feel the rush. This is Rebel Racing Network, where the action never lifts.
All right, and we are back with just 6 laps to go as Lee Hamby gets ready to put Dakota Dennis yet another lap down. Now down to 5 to go. Lee Hamby going by. Dakota Dennis, looks like Dakota Dennis, a little bobble out of him. He taps the outside wall. Now the question here, does Lee Hamby have enough fuel to make it to the end? Now down to 4 laps to go. It does appear that he is pushing that car harder now, continuing to pull away from Ray Polking. Come off of turn 4. Be 2 to go this time by. With the gap he has over Ray Polkey now, he just has to make it back to the line. Even if he does run out of fuel, that is a lot of time for Ray Polkey to make up on that 47 car. And Lee Hamby will take the white flag. 1 more lap to go. The next flag ends the race. Lee Hamby not letting off that throttle. He is good to go on fuel. He has got this one locked up. He just has to survive turns 3 and 4, and he will take home the win here tonight. And Lee Hamby going to take home the win. Ray Polking currently running second as he makes his way through turns 3 and 4. Ray Polkin will come home second. Adam Boughton now comes down the back stretch. A huge gap between him and the top two. But Adam Boughton going to take home third here tonight. Even after the black flag incident under green, he's able to rally and get around his teammate Michael Carter for the last podium position. As Lee Hamby burns it down. It looks like fuel was no question for that 47. He has enough fuel left in the tank to do the burnout. We wait for Lee Hamby to go ahead and make his way into the broadcast booth for his interview. We're going to start our interviews, though, with the number 94 of Adam Boughton coming home third tonight. Adam, it's Austin up in the booth. You got me?
Yes, I do.
All right. Congratulations on another third-place finish. I tell you what, we were watching you with those green flag pit stops. Did you think you were going to be able to rally back and take home third after that black flag?
Well, I didn't think I would. I figured I would just slide it in there in fourth, but ultimately we were able to run down third there and steal third after some terrible circumstances.
All right, and it did look like it was frustrating. You know, you may have had a shot at Lee Hamby for the win here tonight. It seemed like you were going to gain a little ground on him after that pit stop. It just, you got your tires a little bit too high. They crossed that yellow line and flagged for an unsafe pit exit. But I do want to go back to when you passed Michael Carter for that third place position. We were watching you and Lee Hamby closing in on that 18. We compared your lap times to Carter's lap times. They were roughly the same. But, and it caught us off guard. We went to someone else at the time you got by Michael Carter. Was that a little bit of working together between teammates to help you continue to maintain that points lead over the field?
No, not really. It was more so he was struggling most of the race. So once Lee got a good run on him, he just essentially got out of the way, and so he just tried to get out of the way as safe as possible, so that he didn't cause any issues because he was struggling majority of the race.
Okay, and that seemed to be the general consensus tonight. We were talking to, I believe it was Dakota Dennis and Ryan Comba, who had mentioned they were struggling here too at Darlington. But we're going to let you get on out of here. Before we do, anyone you want to thank tonight?
Shout out to you for broadcasting the races each and every week. Shout out to the league for running caution free at Darlington. That's never an easy thing to do. And shout out to my teammate Michael Carter for struggling as he did. He was able to hang on to it for a P4. So another top 5 finish for the RMS team.
All right. Well, we appreciate it, man. And we will see you back here next week at Worldwide Technology Speedway.
Hey, you have a good one.
Thank you. You too, sir. All right. Once again, that was Adam Boughton, driver of the number 94. We're going to move on to our second place finisher, Ray Polkin, in that 46 machine. Ray, it's Austin up in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you. What's going on?
Oh, man. Y'all put on a great show tonight. Green flag, the entire race. How does it feel to take home another second?
That's getting frustrating. I thought I had something for him tonight, and Lee just had us covered, man. There was nothing I could do with him.
And it looked that way. We were watching you, you did take the pole here tonight. Then we were watching you after that green flag pit stop. You came out about 9 seconds behind Lee Hamby. Were able to cut that gap in half. Do you, wish you maybe would have tried to do it here on 2 pit stops instead of 1 tonight?
Nah, I don't think I would have made much difference. It still would have been probably about the same spot.
All right. And does this, you know, with that short run speed, is this going to maybe change your strategy going into future races?
I keep praying for them cautions, giving them short runs, but they never fall. So I got to work on my long run speed.
All right. So sounds like some practice with tire saving in your future.
Yep, I agree.
All right. Well, we know how frustrating it is, but that is another second place finish. So, you were on the podium here week in and week out. That's got to mean something. It's got to be helping you close the gap and try and close the gap in points here. So, nothing to shake your head at.
It feels good to be competitive. I'll agree with that.
All right, buddy. We're going to let you get on out of here and start working on that tire saving. Before we do, anyone you want to thank tonight?
I would think the guys put the league on here. It's a great league, and shout out to my brothers. I'm sure they're watching on the internet.
All right. Well, we appreciate it, Ray. We will see you back here next week, buddy.
Hey, see ya.
Thank you, sir. Once again, that was Ray Polking coming home in second tonight. And you heard it from him. He is getting a little frustrated with these second place finishes. He is hungry for that first win. Make sure you tune in next week at Worldwide Technology to see if he will take home that first win. But we're going to move on to tonight's winner, Lee Hamby. Driver of that 47 Ford. Lee, it's Austin up at the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, man. Congratulations on another win here at, I don't know if I call it necessarily a short track, but definitely a shorter track. And we saw your dominance here tonight, putting almost the entire field a lap down with the exception of Ray Polking. How does it feel?
Feels good, man. It feels good to dominate. That's my track, though. I like Darlington.
All right. Well, we could tell by your finish there. What was going through your head after those green flag pit stops? And you saw, I don't know if you were looking at your relative, Ray Polking was able to cut your lead in half on the short run. Were you worried at all?
No, I was saving tires, man. I was just riding. I was gonna let him catch up to about 4 seconds and then hammer down.
All right. And the other thing we were worried about, we were speaking to some drivers earlier in practice, and they said this may be a 2 pit stop race. Was that ever in the back of your mind, were you always planning on 1 pit stop?
No, I was planning on 1 stop. I knew I had enough to make it to the finish. I ran out like as soon as I did my burnout.
All right. Yeah, we were a little bit concerned about your fuel. You did have a pretty strong gap, but we were concerned since you had pitted earlier than Ray Polking and Adam Boughton. But it does look like it has paid off, and even enough fuel left to do the burnout. We're going to let you get on out of here and start the celebration, Lee. But before we do, anyone you want to shout out?
Just my wife and kids, and you for the broadcast, and the guys for racing clean, and that'll do it, I guess.
All right. Well, we appreciate it. We'll let you get on out of here and start the celebration, buddy.
Thank you, man. You have a good night.
Thank you. You too, sir. Once again, guys, that was Lee Hamby, driver of that 47 car, taking home the win in dominant fashion here tonight. We're going to go ahead and run through our official grid. Official results. Once again, taking home the win tonight was Lee Hamby, driver of the 47. Ray Polking finishes in second. Adam Boughton will come home third. Michael Carter will finish fourth. Dakota Dennison fifth. Hugh Escobar finishes sixth. Marcus De La Garza finishes seventh. Ryan Camba finishes in eighth. And Joseph Truskowski runs out your field back there in ninth after some internet issues early on in this one. Once again, I would like to thank everyone for tuning in. Make sure you join us here next week on Wednesday night for the Third Coast Racing Series live from Worldwide Technology Speedway. And then before that, though, we will be back here Sunday night at 7:30 with the Nora Cup Series live from Wilkesboro. We're going to take 30-something cars and put them on a short track like Wilkesboro. The drama is brewing over there. A lot of tempers already flaring, and North Wilkesboro is sure to bring out some more. Make sure you tune in for that one. And then the Right after that, on Monday night, starting at 9 o'clock, we have the Nora Arca series live from Watkins Glen. And we will get to see that 57 of Joseph Truskowski make the return to the track after serving his 1-week suspension. So it looks like we are going to have some even more drama coming in the ARCA series as well. Once again, I would like to thank everyone for tuning in. Make sure you hit that like, follow, subscribe button wherever you're watching. If you haven't already, go check us out on Facebook. Drop us a like and follow over there. And until next week, this is Austin Householder signing off. Have a good night, everyone.